Buckle up and hold on to whatever keeps you sane as we take a high octane ride through the angst and disillusionment of a generation with Green Day's electrifying musical, American Idiot. American Idiot is a rock musical based on the concept album of the same name by rock band Green Day, with a book by Green Day frontman Billy Joe Armstrong and Michael Mayer. The story centers on three disaffected young men, Johnny, Will, and Tunny. Johnny and Tunny flee a stifling suburban lifestyle and parental restrictions, while Will stays at home to work out his relationship with his pregnant girlfriend, Heather. The former pair look for meaning in life and try out the freedom and excitement of the city. Tunny quickly gives up on life in the city, joins the military, and is shipped off to war. Johnny, however, turns to drugs and finds a part of himself that he grows to dislike, has a relationship, and experiences, unfortunately, lost love. The musical premiered at the Berkeley Repertory Theater in September of 2009. The cast starred Tony-winning actor John Gallagher Jr., actor and musician Matt Kaplan, Michael Esper, singer-songwriter Tony Vincent, actress and singer most recently seen in New York City's Shakespeare in the Park adaptation of As You Like It, Rebecca Naomi Jones, and a graduate of the Governor's School of the Arts, Mary Faber. Charles McNulty of the Los Angeles Times called the show kinetically entertaining in a way that intentionally reflects the shallow, media-saturated culture the album rails against. The Boulevard of Broken Dreams would transfer to Broadway's St. James Theater in March of 2010, running for 421 performances and starring the entire cast from the Berkeley Repertory Theater, with the exception of Matt Kaplan being replaced by two-time Tony nominee Stark Sands. With rumors going around that the production cost between $8 and $10 million to produce, and the show being still a ways off from possibly turning a profit 6 months in, the entire cast would perform 21 Guns with Green Day at the 2010 Grammy Awards to help promote the show. In October of 2010, Green Day's frontman Billy Joe Armstrong would step into the role of St. Jimmy, with ticket sales up by 77% and the average ticket price increasing by 22%, which meant that the final gross of the week increased by 127% from the previous week. With the success of that 1 week's ticket sales, Billy Armstrong would make another 50 appearances as St. Jimmy between January and February of 2011. Isherwood's review for the Broadway production was enthusiastic. He called the show a pulsating portrait of wasted youth that invokes all the standard genre conventions, only to transcend them through the power of its music and the artistry of its execution. The show is an invigorating and ultimately as moving as anything I've seen on Broadway this season, or maybe for a few seasons past. The main protagonist of the story is Johnny. He experiences the philosophy that rejects generally accepted or fundamental aspects of human existence, as well as drug abuse and lost love. His friend Tunny accompanies him to the city, but soon joins the military and is sent off to war. Johnny's other friend Will plans to leave town with the group until his girlfriend Heather reveals that she is pregnant with his child. Well, this leads Will to stay at home in an alcohol and drug-infused depression. Johnny ultimately creates a drug-infused manifestation of himself called St. Jimmy, and eventually befriends an attractive young woman who accompanies Johnny on his journey, eventually realizing their relationship is destructive. So, she ends up leaving him. Not the best group of happy characters, but a cast of characters who will do anything to survive, no matter what the cost. In January of 2012, it was announced that a documentary showing Armstrong's journey from punk rock to Broadway was to be released. The documentary, entitled Broadway Idiot, showcased a lot of behind the scenes of the musical production and the creative process that fueled the finished product. By 2015, American Idiot would officially open at the Arts Theater in the West End. The cast starred singer and television personality Amelia Lilly, EastEnders soap actor Aaron Sidwell, British musician and former co-lead singer of the pop-punk band Son of Dork, Steve Rushton, And in the summer of 2016, the production would make its way back to the Arts Theatre, starring British singer-songwriter Newton Faulkner. Rachel Ward of The Telegraph gave it 4 out of 5 stars, calling it 90 minutes of uninterrupted chaos. Kate Stanbury from Official London Theatre summarized the show as chaotic, intense, and pulsating with legendary Green Day hits. A trip to this Tony Award-winning musical may just give you the time of your life. Now, American Idiot reminds us that even in the face of disillusionment, there's a defiant spirit within, a desire to break free and forge your own path. It's a call to action against societal norms and a yearning for something different. It's understanding and asserting your rights. It's overcoming adversity and finding strength. But ultimately, it's a message of hope and resilience despite the challenges of the world. Remember, even if you feel like a Jesus of suburbia, there's a voice deep inside you waiting to be heard. Because, as we know, out of the wreckage, a champion will rise.